Good morning. Today is my second day in Vancouver and overall the fifth day of my West Coast journey. The time right now is 7 a.m. and the day is Friday, September the 10th, and it's little chilly and windy, as you may be able to hear it in the microphone. I'm just going out to have a stroll and see the harbor front. I was here last night as well, around 7:30 p.m., 8 p.m. Once I reach there, I will show you around as well as give some information about the place as well. Right now, just enjoy the views of downtown Vancouver. One thing I have realized over last 2 days, this city has a very different vibe than other metropolitans I have been to, such as Quebec, Montreal, New York City, where I live, and Toronto, where I used to live. So it's laid back. So Vancouver is one of those cities that have a mix of contemporary infrastructure, skyscrapers, ports, man-made tourist attractions, as well as the natural surroundings. It's not very cold in winters. Someone was telling me the average winter temperature is about -2 degrees centigrade. That's not bad. Right now I am on my way to the Canada Place, but last night when I visited the place, I did not go from this location. I went from a different street, and here you can see another view of downtown Vancouver. There is a Salesforce building as well as a Microsoft office. You may not be able to see it, so I'll zoom in and show you. And this is some kind of a train station. I don't remember coming here when I came from Toronto. So here I am zooming in to show the Microsoft building. The four squares in orange, green, yellow and blue that you are seeing is the Microsoft building. You should be able to also see the Salesforce tower, which I was mentioning a minute ago or so. So here is the Salesforce tower. So what you are seeing across from me behind these plants is the Canada Place. Here is the PricewaterhouseCoopers building. Here is the waterfront station in downtown Vancouver, and on my right is Fairmont Harborfront. When I was searching for hotels, I checked this one out as well. It was quite expensive. I think the standard room was about $350 to $400 per night, which I think is expensive. So we are at the Canada Place now. I'll go across and go to the waterfront. Here we are again. If you remember watching my video from the last night, I was here at the port of Vancouver, and the reason I wanted to come here in the morning is because I wanted to capture the sunrise over the mountains, which thankfully, despite a huge cloud cover, it's still happening, as you can see behind the port. I mentioned last night that I have never seen a shipping port ever prior to this. I don't know how to express it in words. It is such a huge and massive structure, and most of the goods that we consume on day-to-day basis comes through the shipping routes across the world, and Vancouver port is certainly one of them. Now, this is the largest port in the entire Canada and the fourth largest port here in the North America. And the goods from here are shipped to 170 countries, which in my opinion is a lot. Towards the left, we have another morning view of the Rockies as well as the city of Vancouver. If you can see the trees behind me, like the far away trees, it is Stanley Park. I have planned to go there, but probably not today. When I return back to Vancouver on Sunday, that's when I and my sister we would do some sightseeing in the Stanley Park. It's a huge park. I believe it's several kilometers, and walking through the Stanley Park is not an easy task. It will certainly take few hours, and there are several options available, like renting a bike, or you can drive around. There are parking spots. We can park there and then go to any particular attraction if we want to. I'll do a quick zoom in to show you the park. So the helicopter you are seeing, it's one of the attractions of Vancouver. They take you around and give you a bird's eye view of the Vancouver city. And now passing by us is one of the sightseeing boats. Here is a zoomed in view of the Vancouver port, and there is a massive freight ship right behind the cranes. I am not sure how good it looks on the video, but I'll try to go up front as much as I can and capture the view. If you are able to see it clearly, you can certainly realize that it is full of the containers. I think the ship is fairly visible right now, as well as the containers on it. So you can make a guess that how much of the global trade is happening from this particular port. And now on my left is another view of the Canada Place. If you can make out the sails on the top, which are in the shape of a triangle, these are basically compared with the Sydney Harbour in Australia. There is possibility some similarity between the two. And this Canada Place was opened in the year 1986. It has a hotel, it has a convention center, food court, and is also one of the landmarks of downtown Vancouver. It's still very early in the morning, so the number of people are very less. So on a nice summer day or a summer evening, I'm pretty sure this is a very nice place to chill out. I'll wait here for a little while, enjoy the nice Pacific breeze, a chilly breeze from the Pacific Ocean, and then later in the morning when my sister comes, then we will go to Whistler. good morning again. As I was walking around the harbor front, I came across this really nice Dutch restaurant. The name is The Dutch, established in 1975, and their breakfast menu seems pretty exciting to me, which I have ordered. It's called hash and eggs, but I have replaced eggs with veggie sausages. So once I get my breakfast, I'm certainly going to show it to you. Even though I prefer to drink coffee in the morning, but I'm skipping it for now because once I go closer to my hotel, I'll grab a coffee there and drink it in my hotel room as opposed to drinking it here. And my breakfast here at this restaurant, it's about $21 plus tax and tip, which I believe will be something between $25 and $30. It's again a continental breakfast, but I wanted to try this restaurant, and the ambience is pretty nice. So this is how the restaurant, the Dutch, looks like. It's quite contemporary. There are booths and the tables like the one I'm sitting on. There is an outdoor sitting also, but it's quite chilly there, and that's why I'm not sitting outside. I don't want to have my hands cold and the cold cutlery when I'm eating, and the food would get colder soon also if I'm sitting outside. So I skipped the plan to sit outside, but the view is fairly nice. If it were not a cold day, or had I come here later in the day, in the afternoon, I certainly would have sat outside. For now, I'm sitting inside and waiting for my breakfast. So here is the name of the restaurant once again, The Dutch, and here is my breakfast: hash and eggs with no eggs, but with extra veggie sausages. It's kind of funny. When I first got my order, there were no sausage on it, so I had to send it back and get a new one. Alright, so I'm hungry, I'm starving, it's time to eat. Good evening. Right now I'm in the city of Whistler. It's about 1.5 hours drive from downtown Vancouver at a distance of about 120 kilometers or 75 miles. This is the hotel where we are staying, the Listel Hotel. This is a pretty neat town. It's not too big, and the place we are living, it's called the Whistler Village. There are different hotels here owned by franchises, as well as the family owned hotels, as well as resorts. And here is the sign of the village center, the Whistler Village, where we are currently staying. The tariff we paid per night, including taxes, is about $250, which is slightly high, but given that this is a vacation spot or a tourist spot, you wouldn't expect anything cheaper than this. There are a lot of people who come here, especially during winter, for the snow activities, but even in summer and other times during the year when there is no snow, you can still perform different kind of activities, including rafting, bungee jumping, skydiving, as well as zip lining. And during the winter, you can do snowboarding, skiing, ATV riding, that is all-terrain vehicle riding in the snow. So there are a lot of activities to do, and there is also a golf course in this Whistler Village. Many options to dine, many bars. So we would explore some good places between today and tomorrow. So we have a 2 night stay here, and we are returning back to Vancouver on Sunday morning or afternoon, depending on how much we can get covered with our activities over the next 2 days. Later on, or possibly tomorrow, I will show you around the hotels that are in this location. And I really like the architecture and as well as the exteriors of hotels. They are vintage in their design and gives a feeling of being in a European city. To come here, we have rented a car for a period of next 4 days, which would include our stay here in Whistler as well as any sightseeing or going around we would do in the city of Vancouver. But right across me is a bus station, and I'm seeing on the buses there are rates for coming here from downtown Vancouver, and it's about $35 for a round trip, which I personally believe is a very good deal for people who don't want to drive or who do not have a car. So you can come here, book your stay, and then return back whenever you are ready. I just realized that in this place we are seeing a lot of fall colors. So to me, it seems like the fall is coming in Whistler. You may see the tree, the leaves with red color, orange. Still, many trees have green color or mixed colors. And now we are going to the village center, Village Square neighborhood. I don't know what to expect. As you can see, the village is surrounded by Rocky Mountains on all four sides, and I wouldn't be surprised if someone can mistake this place for being a European city. It has so much of vibe, very similar to something you would get in a European city or a European country.